Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Luke Mick, in case it is your first time joining us. Today, I got a package in the mail that I wasn't quite expecting to get yet. It is a Shout Factory package. They just recently announced another going out of print sale. I don't know what's going on over there, but they have a lot of titles going out of print this year, which is, it makes a collector like me nervous. It makes me feel like,
oh my god, I need to buy these now.
Because I would much rather buy them for $20 than buy them for $80 or even higher in some cases. So we're gonna dig into this thing right here. Here it is. I love the wrapping paper they have with their logo all over it. It's just it's a nice touch, and it's really tough and rough paper that'll really protect it from any like incoming bullets or something, or knife strikes or whatever. And this box had already been opened by myself. I just could not keep my composure. I was too anxious to see if any of these came with slip covers, which none of them actually did, which is a little bit disappointing. But you get what you get at the end of a Blu-ray's lifespan. So I actually have two of the same movie here, so I'm gonna put one of them aside. I ordered an extra for a friend of mine, and that one is the Avengers. Avengers? My goodness, what are you doing, Luke? The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension. They had the normal Blu-ray case available and the Steelbook. The Steelbook was like $1 or $2 more, and I don't normally buy the Shout Factory Steelbooks, but in this case I really liked the simplicity of the creamy whiteness on the cover, and I wasn't very interested in this film except I saw that it stars Peter Weller, which instantaneously ignited my interest in it. It seems like a really crazy, weird rock and roll fantasy type thing. I don't know much about it, but Peter Weller, if he's in it, that's enough reason to buy a film like this. And the rest of these are all just normal cases. First one in my hands here is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. I do own the normal MGM release of this film that came out in like 2012 or something like that. I've had it for many years, and it's a film that I've actually watched for the first time fairly recently, and I like it. It's obviously not as good as the original film, but it's so incredibly different. I love Dennis Hopper, and his presence in this film is really one of the best parts. Even though it is a short film, well, it's actually not that short. It's 101 minutes. So it's like an hour and 40 minutes. I think this movie would do a lot better for me. I would enjoy it more if it were like 90 minutes, because it does get a little bit redundant towards the end and really starts to drag itself out, if you ask me. But there's a lot of zany, weird horror stuff going on in this, with a bunch of crazy characters, like the first movie, but just on a more extreme comedic level. I enjoy the film. It could be better if they trimmed it a little bit, but I still wanted to get that upgrade to the collector's edition, so now I have it in my hands and in my collection. Here we have Michael Mann's Manhunter, the precursor to The Silence of the Lambs. I have seen The Silence of the Lambs, but I actually haven't watched this film, and I'm really interested in seeing it because it seems almost like a more noirish telling of the story of Hannibal Lecter, and the art is pretty cool. I like that creepy looking purple dude with the mask. It must be Hannibal there. And is Anthony Hopkins in this movie? Hannibal Lecter is played by Brian Cox in this film, not Anthony Hopkins. So that'll be kind of interesting. That's Manhunter. This one has been on the out-of-print list for a while now. I think during their last going out-of-print announcement, it was put onto there. And that's Ninja 3: The Domination. I recently watched a ninja film in the Arrow Video collection, Pray for Death, and I didn't think it was like all that, but I also watched a different martial arts film, Sister Street Fighter, also in the Arrow Video collection, and I really enjoyed that. So I thought, well, ninja martial arts things I've been kind of enjoying, finding a sweet spot for lately. This was pretty inexpensive. It's their collector's edition, hopefully entertaining at the very least. So that's Ninja 3: The Domination. And the last one that I got from the Shout Factory website on their out of print page is just, it's one that I really need in my collection that when it was announced that it was going out of print, I immediately was like, okay, I have to get it now because I don't want to miss out on this one. And that is Brian De Palma's Carrie. I've been watching a few Brian De Palma films lately, always on the search for the one that I could really consider to be one of my favorites, because none of the films of his I've seen have wowed me to the level of what I'm expecting. But Carrie is supposed to be one of his very best, if not his best, and it's a film I haven't seen. I've seen the remake with Chloe Grace Moretz, and it was a pretty generic mid-2010s horror remake. Nothing special about it, but I hear that this is just an incredible, fantastic horror film, one of the classics. So that's Carrie Collector's Edition. I'm happy to finally have it in my possession so I can watch it. And yeah, so that was everything that I bought from their website. There are a couple of other Shout Factory and Scream Factory releases I want to go over real quick that I've just got from other websites or Amazon and what have you. The first one I have in my hands here of this other side part is the Evictors. This is another one that is going out of print. They recently announced it's going out of print just last week or 2 weeks ago now. And I'm interested in this film because it stars Michael Parks and Jessica Harper of Suspiria, and it's also from the director of The Town That Dreaded Sundown. I ordered this from Hamilton Books. It was like $7.95 on their website, which is really cheap for a Scream Factory, especially one going out of print. But you can find this for around like $13 or so on Amazon and Shout's website, so it's still a pretty inexpensive movie at the moment. So if you want to get your hands on this one, do it now for the low price. I also grabbed the I Am Bruce Lee documentary that they had sitting on Hamilton Books website. This is just a normal Shout Factory release. It's not a Scream Factory or anything. The cover here claims it is the best Bruce Lee documentary ever. I have never watched a Bruce Lee documentary. I've watched a Bruce Lee film or two, but not a documentary. I recently purchased the Criterion box set that they released with Bruce Lee's films in it, and this just seems like it'd be a nice companion piece to go with that. It was fairly inexpensive, so I just added it to the cart while I was browsing the Hamilton Books website. So that's everything that I bought that's either going out of print or just recent things that have come in from the mail for me from
Shout Factory.
If you want to get any of these titles, do it now. Keep an eye out for them on sites like Diabolic DVD, maybe Best Buy or Target, and of course Amazon. Get them before they're all out of print and really expensive on eBay if you're interested in any of them. So that's all I have for you for this video. I want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like this video and hit that subscribe button, and I will talk to you all later. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.